warning, this video is going to contain spoilers for a certain game, and if you haven't played Little Nightmares, then I suggest you click off this video. And this video is also going to contain some really heartfelt personal feelings, so please don't take advantage of this. Enjoy. How's it going, viewers? Mr Incredi-Brony's back and he's rolling with the punches, baby. Welcome to another video where I talk about something personal. I haven't really done one of these in a really long time where I talk about personal things. I mean, the last video I talked about a game I love, but this video is going to be about me personally. Now, I should remind you this, but I'm a very emotional guy, okay? I get invested in people very easily. I'm like an easily impressed person, okay? I'm a citizen who can like not be a judge, okay? Because it would take like barely 2 minutes for me to be like, you're amazing, you're going to Hollywood. I'm like that kind of guy. I always see the goodness in people, even if they don't see the goodness in them. I'm just such a nice person, and you guys really are proving that for me by me responding to a lot of your comments and stuff like that. You guys are really sweet. However, this video is going to be very personal. There is one thing about me that is very sad, and Mr Incredi-Brony has trust issues. That's right. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining why I have trust issues. And I've explained this to some of my friends and they just laughed at me. So I'm hoping you don't laugh at me because this is such an important thing. So like I said, this video is also going to have spoilers for a certain game. And if you haven't played it, then you should click off this. But this is a personal video that I really want to talk about to make me feel better. And recently I trusted this stranger and recently I told my mom not to trust this stranger to help her with directions. I have trust issues, and it ended up being this crazy argument, and I felt really bad for myself, and I just told her I have trust issues. And she told me there are times you need to like trust in strangers, but I'm afraid, viewers, this is what this video is about. Like, this is a reason why I like to do YouTube stuff and Instagram stuff and like that, because you don't actually get to meet people in real life. You actually get to chat with people online mostly, and you don't actually know them in real life, which is a good thing. That way I can actually trust them, because if I don't know them in real life, I don't trust people in real life. I have trust issues. When I first meet someone in real life, I already feel like I feel scared. I just feel like they're going to probably do something to me, try to stab me in the back, mentally, not physically, and just try to steal from me. I just don't trust people. And that's probably why I watch so many movies and cartoons meant for kids, because it makes me appreciate stuff. There is actually the Disney film Raya and the Last Dragon, which I thought could fix my trust issues, but it doesn't. I still have trust issues, and I'm going to explain why in this video. So the game I want to talk about is Little Nightmares. Now, the reason why I have trust issues is because of the character 6. Now, like I said, if you haven't played the game, then please play. It's a really enjoyable and fun game, but I haven't played this game since February 2021 when the game was first made, and this is when I got trust issues, and I'm pretty sure you know why, but if those who haven't, I'll explain. So in the game, you play as a little girl in a yellow raincoat called Six, who is abandoned in a mall, and she has to escape, of course, and all she has is her lighter and her little gnome friends to help in a way guide her out of there. And before you escape, you have to face over against these giant monsters, including the janitor, the twin chefs, the guests who try to eat you that are obese, and including the lady of the mall who runs everything, and also like steal kids' spirits and souls to keep herself young and beautiful, basically making her resemble almost the No-Face person from Spirited Away, which is a phenomenal anime movie. Please watch it. It's just perfection. And yeah, the game does give me Spirited Away vibes, which is really cool as well. But either way, Little Six, who is the girl you play as, like I said, is a very interesting character. Some people love her, but there are others who actually are not a fan of her. I'm one of those who used to really like her, but then she's the reason I have trust issues, and I'm going to explain. So in Little Nightmares 2, which is actually a prequel to the game, you play as a little boy called Mono, who is got a bag on his head and a nice green trench coat and everything. He appears in the forest from coming out of a TV, and then he finds a little girl stuck in a hunter's basement, and he saves her. And at first she like runs away because like she just met him, of course, but then they start working together and they start going through obstacles, fighting up against the hunter and shooting him. obliterating him in the process, of course, and getting through tight areas like when Six gets the other side, she would reach her hand out and you grab her and then she pulls you up and then you help her get through doors and stuff. It's such a really wholesome moment in the game for me. But then we go to places like the school and the hospital where you meet characters like the teacher, the patients that that like to play red light, green light, where you shine a flashlight and they stop. And there's the doctor who's really creepy, and then there's the teacher who likes to extend her neck like Elastica, which is really creepy but also impressive at the same time. And then there's the bullies who kind of remind me of Bruno from The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I don't know, it's because of the clothes they wear. That's just me. But then you find yourself in the Pale City where you meet up against the Slender Man, or the Thin Man actually. He's kind of like Slendy but with a fedora. I used to call him Fedora Slendy until I knew his name was Thin Man. But either way, he's this static dude that makes the screen go all glitchy and stuff, and it's really creepy. And he can also make the game slow down, and then he takes Six away from you, which is sad, and you want to save her, of course. And then when you catch up to where the Thin Man is, Mono takes off his hat, and he can also use his hands to travel through TVs and stuff, and he unleashes full power. I always thought that the bang on his head like kept his powers at bay, so he couldn't like use them all the time, which I think was interesting. And then when you defeat the Thin Man, you find yourself at the signal tower that makes everyone go all insane, to making people get attached to their TV screens and stuff, which is kind of like one day now symbolic. The word you can use as Corey Kenshin says, but I also find the signal tower to look like Sauron from Lord of the Rings. I don't know, it just does, which isn't a bad thing. I love Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is a great trilogy, but either way, so yeah, you go to the signal tower and you find Six, of course, and she's been disfigured. She's basically become a monster herself, kind of like the janitor, almost long arms, big head, and horrifying looking feet. And you use the hammer, no, not the hammer, an axe to destroy her music box that she was playing earlier in the game, and it makes her go insane and berserk, try to kill you. But then you end up saving her, making her go back to her normal size and everything. So you saved her, which is great. You save her a lot in the game. You save her from getting bullied by the bullies in the school chapter. You also save her from the hunter, and she helps you as well by catching you, of course, and getting through doors and stuff, which was a great teamwork and bonding. However, this is where I get trust issues. So here's the big spoiler, viewers, that everyone was shocked by. And like I said, I haven't played this game since back in 2021 or February, so I don't remember everything, but I do know that after you escape and the signal tower starts coming apart and these eyes start looking at you, which is really creepy. And then when the bridge that leads to like the way out, and then Six arrives, and then the floor breaks, and then Mono has to jump, of course, which is it's all it is, Miles, a leap of faith. So he jumps, and then Six, of course, does the same thing as grabbing, but then for a few seconds she just stays there. I thought they were sharing a moment or anything, but had to hurry up. But then Six does the unexpected. She does this. She betrayed you. And when I told that to my mom, she actually said, "That bitch," which was really funny. But that is so heartbreaking and really shocking. After all we did, helping her and everything, she just abandons us like that. That really upset me because I liked her. We did so much together, and just like that, it's like she used me for these obstacles and stuff, and then she's like, "See you later, prick." What was that? Like, did she change in the tower? But then I feel like an idiot, viewers, because she's been evil since the first game. Like, let me explain. In the first game, when you defeat the janitor, you know what you do? You chop off his arms in an elevator. And the way you survive in the game, you eat stuff. Hunger is like an important aspect in the first game, and first you eat some bread given you by a nice kid. Then you eat some meat or steak or something in a cage, which gets you captured by the janitor. Then you eat a rat caught in a mouse trap. That was really shocking to me, but you had to survive, of course, so you had to do what you can, right? But here's something you don't do, viewers. You don't eat someone else's life to survive. There is a part after you run away from all the guests in the first Little Nightmares game, and you start getting hungry again for the 4th time, I believe. You know the gnomes I mentioned that are like running around the place are like little pyramid heads, like from Silent Hill? There's a room where you see like a nice banquet, and then there's a sausage on the ground, right? Or chivapi, as we say in Serbia. And the gnome is so sweet. He picks up and offers it to you. He gives you the glizzy. That was such a sweet moment. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. But you know what Six does? She eats the gnome, which is the most mind-blowing moment ever, the most evil thing I've ever seen. But what makes it more evil is this. We learn later in the DLC of Little Nightmares Secrets of the Maw that apparently those gnomes are not just gnomes. They are actually other kids. You see, when the lady, well, like I explained earlier, takes the souls or the essence of kids to become young and beautiful, she turns them into these little gnomes and they become like errand boys slash slaves to the work area by doing machinery and engineering and stuff, and they have their own little hideaway area where they have a little furnace to like be with themselves. And in that area you see the shadows of the gnomes and they look just like kid shadows, so you know that you ate a kid. Six is basically a cannibal, which is even worse. So she's been evil since the first game. I assume maybe they got separated since the Little Nightmares 2 is a prequel, but no, she's always been evil, and I'm gonna explain that in just a second. The worst part is this. The gnome that we eat wasn't just some random kid. It's actually the kid you play as in the DLC. The runaway kid. The boy with the blue shirt and all the hair all over his face, looking a little bit like Edna Mode's little brother. Which is such a heartbreaking thing because I thought the DLC was amazing. And knowing that he was the gnome was so sad. It annoyed me so much. And I played the game back in 2019, so I had to wait like almost 2 years to play Little Nightmares 2, which wasn't too bad in my opinion. But I don't know if I'm going to play it again after this, because after we hung out with befriending Six to do this adventure with her, the fact that she just betrays us like that gave me trust issues. And now I'm scared to trust someone in real life for like these kind of situations, because they might, what if they do that to me? What if they do that to steal my food or hurt someone in my family, or even, or worse, drop me onto a cliff and possibly end my life? I'm scared, viewers. I have trust issues, and this is why I do this YouTube stuff, because it makes it easy for me to talk to you guys, because if I met you guys in real life, I don't know if I would trust you. I'm scared. I fear the loss. But I know you guys who comment are really nice people, okay? So I hope you're not like that. But either way, I trust snakes. That's a saying. I trust cartoon characters. I trust fantasies. I trust everything else. I trust spiders even. But people in real life, I don't. Whenever I walk in public, I'm always being myself. I just ignore everything. I just walk and do my own thing. And when someone starts talking to me, I just walk away. That's what I am. I have trust issues because of Little Nightmares 2. And also in Little Nightmares 2, there are many times when Six is still evil, because in the school chapter, there's a point where she actually grabs a bully and destroys him by strangling him, and then in the hospital, she uses a mannequin. She takes a mannequin's arm and breaks its fingers like that and stuff like that. She makes it does this, like, you know, she bends the fingers, which is just scary. Yeah. And also the hands in the game come to life, which is kind of reminds me of the face hugger from Alien, which is really scary. But either way, viewers, all those things should have proved to me that she was evil. See, that's why I can't trust anybody, because I could be an idiot and not realize that they are bad people. So I should have known that Six was evil in the first place before she betrayed me. But no, I didn't see that coming. So when she betrayed me, I was really heartbroken. We did so much for her, but then she shoves the dagger in your heart and then twists it, looking you in the eyes like, yeah. It upset me. But then we do have the crazy ending where we find out that Mono was actually the Thin Man. So you could be saying, maybe Six saved the world. Maybe she dropped him because she saw his face. No. How could you know someone's the Thin Man? How would you know someone's, how can you look at a 6-year-old's face or an 8-year-old's face and know that they are this 25-year-old's face? That doesn't make sense. My 7-year-old face looks nothing like my 19-year-old face. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not the reason. My theory is that Six doesn't want anyone to come close to her because she's worried she hurts them. But then she gives you trust issues, so she doesn't trust anybody. She's lonely. and she'll do anything to survive, including eating a poor gnome. And the fact that Mono is the Thin Man is basically like in Meet the Robinsons, where you find out that Goob is the bowler hat guy. That is such a crazy twist that I'm surprised Little Nightmares or Tarzan Studios, Bandai Namco, stole it. That is insane. But yeah, Little Nightmares was a really fun game, and I want to play it again after all these months of having trust issues, but I just don't want to see that moment happen again. So to this day, viewers, that's why I have trust issues, and I do YouTube and online stuff because I don't get to, it's because I'm always on my own. So that's why I trust you guys. But if I ever met someone in real life and they start chatting with me, I just don't trust them. I just fear if they'll do something bad to me. So I hope you understood everything, viewers. And if you haven't played Little Nightmares, please play the game if you would like to. Also, there's a new channel playing the game called Berry's Worth. Please subscribe to him. I think he deserves it, honestly. And if you have trust issues, then if you're brave enough, please tell me in the comments why you have trust issues, and then you can understand. I would feel better, honestly. So yeah, I love you all, viewers, and I will see you all in a couple days when I finally get good internet. And yeah, this is a hotel room as well. So yeah, if you're wondering, but yeah. And so say goodbye to Jake. Okay, so yeah. I love you all, viewers, and I can always count on you, viewers, to make my day. So I'll see you all next time. But if you enjoyed this particular video, leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested. Follow me on Instagram, link down below. And until then, stay positive, keep calm, stay safe, be incredible. And as always, Brony on. Peace.